I'm going to share with you the amount of calories that I consumed yesterday. I already showed you the video of my lovely wife over here. You're going to send me a screenshot of your app as well. We'll share the calories and we'll say, my weight, I've been on an upward trajectory trying to hit 190. I went from 180, I think I was 181.8, and I was 182 point something, and then yesterday I was 183.6. This morning, after 3,900 plus calories, over 200 grams of protein, including fast food, 183.6. The scale didn't freaking budge. For her, she was at, what were we eating on the cut? Your prescribed amount was 1,600 or 1,650, right? Mm-hmm. And then you were eating maybe like 12, 13, 1,400 on a lot of the days. She was really good about hitting her protein, but she ramped up. She did a 12-week strength cycle, consistent, 3 days a week, didn't miss a workout, and her basal metabolic rate increased. Her muscle mass actually increased even though she was in a deficit. She was eating 130 to 140 plus grams of protein every day, which if you know her and most women, I will throw that out there to stereotype you young ladies, but she really had a hard time hitting her protein in the past. So for her to be hitting 130, 140 consistently was a huge step in and of itself. Super proud of her for that. And like her consistency there allowed her to increase her muscle mass and recomposition during this little cut phase. So she did not lose muscle. She did have days when I say she was eating 12, 13, 14, what she would do is she would purposely go into a little bit of a bigger deficit, knowing that she was going to overeat on the weekend and have like certain things that she was, I would call them like planned cheats or indulgences. So what she would do was she would plan on having like a, like we would go out for dinner and a drinks, and she knew she wanted to have dinner at Hugo's and was going to have a martini and wanted to be able to fit that in and continue to lose a pound a week, which she did. But then what she found was as she continued to increase her muscle mass, she was starting to feel a little bit fatigued. She would feel tired on certain days if she hit the workout hard and she was eating like a low amount of carbohydrate and calories. She was starting to feel a little bit undernourished, and as she said, just stated, the scale starts to slow down on the fat loss, right? So the last scan we had, and this is when we start to flip it, and this required a huge degree of trust from her, which I'm appreciative that she trusted me, and it's been like pulling teeth. So when I say trust, it doesn't mean she just does what I say. She literally fights me on every step of the way, but she is doing it, right? Yeah. She is doing it, even though it doesn't feel comfortable. She is still doing it. And so what we did was we started to flip it and reverse it. So now I put her calorie intake up a couple hundred and her protein intake up a little bit, and making sure that she's eating enough carbs. We flipped it to like 1,1800 minimum instead of that low. And
so hard,
I'm like, just trust. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel more hungry, and you're going to. So today, like yesterday was a perfect example. She hit the workout hard. She was dying. I'm like, eat the damn carbs. Eat the carbs. She's like, I did. I'm at 100. I'm like, fucking eat more. She literally finished yesterday at like 3,000 calories almost. 2,900. Is that what you said? 2,800? Something.
2,900.
2,900.
And then 270 grams of carbs, 170 grams of protein.
So a little bit higher than what she normally would eat.
10 grams of fat, I think.
And included a little bit of fast food. I forced her to eat an Arby's sandwich. She tried to get in a fight with me about it. She did eat it, and she devoured it. Yeah. And then she went out, and that was a double roast beef sandwich, or like the medium one from Arby's. So that was like 40 grams of protein. And when she weighed in this morning, her weight was down. So make it make sense. Well, what's happening is she's giving her body the right amount of fuel. She's actually building. Oh, and let me backtrack. The first day she did it, when she was fighting me, she did actually gain a little bit. Remember? You were like, oh, my weight's up a couple pounds.
0.4.
Right? So her weight actually went up a little bit. And there is a little bit of like a recalibration. When you undereat for a few days in a row, you're basically depleting like your muscle glycogen. You're a little dehydrated. So by getting back on track with just eating the right amount drinking and eating more carbs. Like if she was eating like 100 to 150 grams of carbs and now we bumped her to 150 to 200 or 250 or whatever, now her body's basically holding on to more water weight. So did she gain fat? No. I bet if she would have hopped on the InBody, her body fat would have been way lower at that higher weight, because now the water weight's up, the muscle weight would be up, and the fat mass would actually show down. So again, that little bit of recomposition requires trust and a little faith, and like not freaking out with being attached to the number on the scale. And that allowed her to see, okay, I just ate way more, didn't gain any. Ate way more again the next day, didn't gain any, and actually got lower. So this is the journey. This is why you need some guidance and help along the way. It's not just like set a number and eat that one way forever. There's a lot of tweaks and adjustments along the way. So that's why we're sharing the process with you, because it does get up in here and gets in your head. All right. Love you guys. Have an awesome day.